G'day guys, what's going on? Super here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to go over my final season rank for SuperCoach 2025. So last week I scored 2,594, which wasn't too bad. I was actually in the top 4%. I think there was a few players in my team that actually scored pretty decent. I missed the upload the week before that just because we had heaps of assignments due for uni and stuff. So I was pretty flat out with that. But to finish off the season, I got 19,033. Went up the ranks by 2,454 spots there in the end, so not too bad. So yeah, pretty disappointing year for me. Honestly, thought I could finish in the top 5K, no worries. But yeah, it seems like everyone's pretty good at Supercoach this year. So don't know what I'm going to do next year. Probably have a bit more free time to look at Supercoach. It was a bit of a shocking year from me this year, but not too bad. But anyway, go over the team real quick. So we had Sinclair. He ended up being our D1, which is crazy. Whitfield got a 176. Awesome stuff there. Ended up doing the VC into Bailey Smith into Bontempelli. I thought because it was the last round of the year, why not just send it with Bont? I think who were they playing? Freo or something? Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate for the doggy supporters. Everyone will be waiting for the game tonight, see how they go, which will be interesting. It'll be pretty goddamn funny if Essendon ended up beating the Suns and the Bulldogs actually are going to play finals, which would be cooked. But they seem like they deserve to play finals, in my opinion. Yeah, I also had a bit of a cold the last couple of weeks, so if you can tell, my voice sounds a bit weird, but that's why. But yeah, Bont, he is my man. Was probably more focused on draft. Had the Supercoach draft grand final that I was in there, so that was like the week before though. So I think it was round 23. Um, it was pretty funny. I wonder if I can get up the matchup, say from round. Um, yeah, I ended up winning, so that was pretty lucky there. Did the full run from you know outside of the top two there, so that's pretty good. Coming got pretty lucky in the end. Supercoach, especially with draft, it all seems to be luck, and you might have these players all year as well, and they might get subbed off for like the last quarter or something in round 24. Uh, for normal anyway, for classic that might happen as well, which is frustrating. It's all a bit of luck at the end of the day, especially with the leagues and stuff like that, and especially in draft. Draft is just pure luck. But yeah, have to have a bit of skill to get the win. I did end up having a pretty good team in the end. What did I have? I think I was like pick. I'm going past myself. I think I was about pick like 9 or 10, maybe 11 or 12. I can't remember. Maybe there's 12 of us. Yeah, I think I was like pick 11, and I think my first pick was feel like a summary. I think is it history. Um, what am I doing? Draft recap. Yeah. So I had like I think I was like pick 12 or something, maybe pick 11, I believe. First pick I picked like Neil, which I thought he was going to have a massive year because they didn't have the starting buy, so he was going to be my first pick. But yeah, the interrupted preseason cooked him for the rest of the year basically. So yeah, I don't know. I think I still managed to win without him for the last 4 weeks of the season. Then the second pick, I picked up Bond at pick 15, which is pretty cooked. Because yeah, I don't think anyone was aware about how he was going to come back in 6 weeks' time. And Bontempelli is Bontempelli, one of the best midfielders in the competition. Then I got Dawson, so like he's probably going to win the Brownlow. And Jack McRae, because the forward options were pretty slim. So yeah, I think that Jordan Dawson probably wins the Brownlow at this rate, just because with Geelong at least for Bailey Smith, I think Bailey Smith will be up there, and Dacos as well. But with Bailey Smith, I'm not too sure about how he's going to go with like Max Holmes in the side and like Jezza kicking a few bags in there. Where Jordan Dawson's like more likely to get more votes, like not because like he's. I mean, I'm trying to say Jordan Dawson's most likely going to win the Brownlow because his teammates aren't really that well known from like a Victorian side of things. Like if you're not really into Supercoach or you're not really um, watching the footy like other teams play, then you don't really know who Jordan Dawson is if you're just like an average Joe, which is pretty cool. So most people will probably be like, oh, who's Jordan Dawson? And he'll probably win the Brownlow. But I think like his teammates probably won't be that known, like well known to steal votes off him. Like maybe Thilthorpe will be in there a few games and stuff, but it doesn't seem like as likely as Jezza for the Cats. Like Jezza will probably poll some three voters. But yeah, Dawson's probably going to win the Brownlow. Bontempelli's an interesting one. I think on the website for the predictor, I think he's got like 14 votes, which is like crazy to think to me. I think like surely he's going to at least get like 25 votes or like even 30 with a bit of bias in there. But surely 14 is a bit of a joke. Like, yeah, he missed the first 6 rounds of the season or whatever it was. But if there's like a market on Sportsbet or something where there's like Bont to finish top 5 in the Brownlow, I'll probably put money on that because that's just actually cooked in my opinion. But yeah, getting back to my draft, I was like, I picked Jaden Short. He seemed to be a bit of a failed pick. I picked him in my classic team as well. Just thought he would have like more potential, but yeah, just really wasn't the pick this year. Then I grabbed Doherty because I thought he'd get that DPP status, which he ended up getting. But then I think I traded him out. I think I had him like until round 8 or something, and then gave him the flick. And then he started coming good in Classic. That's when I think I bought him in like the week after. But I did have him in draft as well. He was someone that I was looking at to have like the swing. And then Myers was a great pick. He was like my second forward option, so he had a really good year. We kind of saw this. He was kind of rotating into the midfield a bit at the back end of the season, which was good. Pushing up to the contest from the forward flank and stuff. So that's pretty good as well. He seemed to have like a new role this year that is good for Supercoach. So I think he finished the season pretty well in terms of like top 12 or 15 sort of range for forwards there. And then Sean Darcy, yeah, didn't really come good in the end. Like had a few decent games, but yeah, I think maybe next year someone to watch. But interesting to see how Freo go in the finals campaign. That'll be pretty interesting. Matt Roberts, he was like started him in Classic as well. Pretty disappointing year. Like he was good for the first like 7 rounds, and then he just dropped off, which was disappointing. Didn't even field him on my field for the Supercoach in the end there. For like draft, sorry. And then Riley O'Brien, I picked him up. I think there's a bit of strategy there in draft, depending on how many people are in your league. I just grabbed Rob later, and he was my main ruck for like the last few rounds for final, so he's pretty clutch there for scoring. But yeah, he seems to be like a decent ruckman. He did have a pretty good score of 161 against West Coast there. And then Lockie Ash, he was an absolute steal in the draft. I can't believe he went at pick 130, sorry. Just insane. Like he had a proper breakout year. He's like the new Sam Flanders, basically. Just doesn't really go under 100 that much. And yeah, super consistent. In the round 22, I think it was like the prelim final for me to get into the grand final. Dropped to 43, and I was like, far out. I'm screwed here. Worst game of the year. Bloody stitch up. But yeah, if you have him in Classic, you would be like feeling the same way. Like, yeah, he's been a bloody great pick though. If you did get on him like right at the start of the season, like absolutely unreal. Someone to look at next year, but he's probably too expensive for next year. And yeah, Matt Flynn was just like, I didn't have him for too long. I think I had him at the start of the season when he was getting like solo ruck time, and then just traded him out. And then my final team ended up looking like this. So I think I just looped Windhager's score there and just picked up some other guys. But yeah, pretty good. I got Farrell in as well. He was pretty clutch for the final, so pretty good pick for draft. Taking the majority of the kickouts, so that was pretty good. But yeah, going back over my team, I'll quickly look at the Supercoach tips. Like, I think unfortunately for my league, if anyone's actually in there, not many joined, but maybe next year. Looks like I've pretty much guaranteed the win here. I have guaranteed the win here. So, unfortunately, no one wins a prize there. So, that's unlucky to Ben. He was pretty close. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who everyone tipped. Obviously, we would imagine most people would tip Gold Coast Suns tonight. But yeah, I'm pretty keen to watch that game, actually. It's a bit of a shame that footy's not on this weekend. But yeah, it's good to have a game on Wednesday night. Maybe like COVID time was like the last time that sort of happened. But yeah, I'm going over the last week. I was looping Clark there, who got a 106, so that was pretty handy. Decided to take McCarthy off the bench. That was probably one of the moves that I did there, which was interesting. But McCarthy got up to like 400k, so that's pretty crazy. If I had any trades left over, would have traded him out. Bailey Dale with a 71 was pretty nice. Not pretty nice. Sorry, it was bloody shit. Like, what was he doing? Yeah, so I probably could have had McCarthy on field over Dale. Sorry, and yeah, we held faith with Bontempelli. He's just an absolute god, eh? Like, surely average of 130, nuts. Dacos kind of dropped off in the end there. I'd be pretty shocked to see if him winning the Brownlow, like especially in the last couple rounds there. Like, if he's polling 3 votes in these games, it'll be kind of rigged. But yeah, that's probably coming from a Geelong supporter. Got the Bailey Smith on the wall there. The man, you know, be interesting to see how we go in the finals. Got Brisbane this week, next week. Sorry, so yeah, probably the worst matchup we could have asked for. But you know, if we beat them, then surely we win the flag. But yeah, we're due to beat Brisbane. They always have these cheese wins against us. Like, I think it's Archie and Rayner. They always seem to play bloody good against us. But the small forwards, I think it is. But I think you know, we are due. We've got Bailey Smith this year, so due to beat him. Last year we lost by 10 points, I believe. I went to the game. It was a bloody shocker. Thought we were going to win the game when Ollie Henry kicked that soccer goal off the ground, I think it was. And, you know, the bloody tickets to that game were not cheap. And we did actually have to Uber there because the trains from Geelong weren't bloody running on time. They were delayed by 30 minutes. So I got in a bloody Uber with a random guy at the train station with me missus. And we paid like $50 each, including my missus, I think, to get to the game on time. So, yeah, pretty pricey Uber there. Luckily, the trains were working on the way back. But anyway, the team, be interesting to see how Merritt goes. Sarong and like Brayshaw were kind of underwhelming in the end there. Like, I think I kind of missed out on all the good scores from Brayshaw. Not ideal for him. Yeah, he kind of just dropped off a cliff when I brought him in. I thought he would be in for some good scores. Sarong has been just not ideal either. And Jackson, they all scored in the 80s there. So pretty shocking stuff. Shea Bolton actually did something, which is cool to think. And McRae was a sub, which was annoying. I had a bloody 10 from McMahon here. McMahon, I think his name is. Isaac Rankin. Poor bugger. What do we do? Snoop Dogg's going to be playing grand final day. Probably won't be at this stage because the country's so woke. But you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, you know, Rankin, I don't know, it's a bit of a stitch up. You know, just imagine back in the day, like people getting punched in the head all the time, and now everyone's cut about people saying things online and stuff, or just in games. I get it, like they're a role model, so probably should just, you know, try and watch what they say there. But yeah, it's his own fault, really, so can't really do too much about that. It's a bit of a 50-50 sort of situation. Like, what do you go with? It's a bit harsh. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But going over the leagues, what do we do? So who'd win? Who won my league? So Maltese Geezer, good year, mate. 10 wins, 9 losses. Far out. That's a fair effort, eh? Came from 6th all the way to the granny. Pretty good stuff, mate. Yeah, so if you're watching the video, bruh, leave a comment down below and I'll get in contact with you. Sorry. Yeah, not bad. I think Kobe and Ryan were primed, but they choked, which is disappointing stuff. What rank did they finish at? Top 3.5k is pretty good. Kobe at 105. Very nice year from him. Unreal stuff, which is crazy. I didn't even make the grand final there in the minor league, which is pretty disappointing. Let's have a quick look at my mate from the Hatters group. Where is it? Valens, right. How did CJ go? 74 overall, pretty nice. Yeah, Naz was primed for a pretty big score last round. Or the week before, I think, but he didn't really go. He hasn't been scoring as well as everyone was expecting. But yeah, Wits was primed for a monster score, but I think because I think he gave away a free kick or something, and that really affected his score. So that was annoying. But Maxi Gorn just seems to be at it every year. Like maybe I'll do a quick video about my predictions for the All Australian squad. It's interesting that like I think Max Gorn's probably done enough to stay in the team, but you'd probably think that Grundy is going to make it just from how good of a season he's had. But yeah, Max Gorn, he's pretty old now, but yeah, scores unbelievably well. Sorry. If you were curious about my finals team, I think this is what I had for the moment. I don't know why I've got Sicily in there. Probably a bit silly. Probably need to get rid of Sicily. Um, I was like, yeah, maybe because he's the captain of the club, should be primed for a pretty nice finals campaign if they do go on to progress in it. And yeah, that's the question. How does it even work? Like, with do you want to sort of go for the players that are playing in the qualifying so they've got double chance, or I don't think I've played at finals before, like this version. But yeah, it'll be something I'll probably dive into a bit deeper on the weekend or something like that before the finals start. Have a closer look at the matchups and stuff. I wonder if you can actually check it out now. I wonder if it's actually on DFS for like schedule. Oh yeah, yeah. So you can look at DFS and kind of figure out. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Tripinating North Mel round 24. Yeah, no, it didn't work out well. Well, we can just go off like the stats and stuff anyway. But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed the content this year. Probably going to have to take a step up next year. Probably get a few guests on the channel. Yeah, just was running a bit low on time doing my masters, so it's pretty demanding at uni at the moment. But yeah, nearly finished. So I'll finish up in October, which will be good. And yeah, probably won't have to go back to uni again, so that'll be good. Finally finish study. Been a bloody grind, but yeah, SuperCoach, bit of fun. It's always good to play, see what you can learn for next year. But yeah, I think I learned a bit. I think I was a bit pride driven, I think, from last year on a few players I probably shouldn't have picked at the start of the year, but it was my pride. And yeah, I think you just got to look at it like people look at the stock market and don't go off emotion, just go off like straight up facts and data, which probably is what I should have done. We'll see how we go next year. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and see you later.